So why would we cross someone who's died and is hanging around here? That's a really good question. One of my followers asked that the other day, and I think that it's a really good topic to discuss. So let's talk about it. So I mentioned before that it's part of the healthy ecosystem that dead people are around us all the time. Some of them choose to kind of hang out for a while. Not my place to cross those folks. We have free will, it appears, even after we die. Again, I'm not an expert because I'm still alive, but it would appear that we still get to make choices after we die. And so those folks that say, oh, we have to cross everybody, I don't know that I believe in that. I think that's going against someone's free will, like removing them from a meeting where they haven't disturbed anyone, or taking them out of a concert that they paid for when they're literally just enjoying their time there. So it's fine. If the dead are here, that's totally okay. Some of them are here visiting friends. It's like an airport. Others are just getting ready to get on their plane. I don't always know what those situations are. So the only time that we cross the dead is when they're stuck, and that's usually indicated by someone who's living. So just like you wouldn't allow a stranger to come into your house and fix themselves a sandwich and lay in your bed, we don't let the dead just move into our spaces where the living are living. So in those situations, we have to help them cross, because you can't actually catch and release a dead person, right? The only option we have for them that I'm aware of is to cross. So they can always come back. I, to be honest, have never even seen that happen. I've never seen it happen where someone who was confused and we helped them cross changed their mind and came back, unless they were like a serious troublemaker, in which case we had to take extra steps. But I most often and only remove someone who's crossed at the request of the living. So for instance, I had a mother-in-law who had died who was in my house all the time, and she was very disruptive. It got to the point where I had to make her leave. She shouldn't have been there. If she were alive, I wouldn't have let her stay in my house like she was. So we crossed her. There are situations, like I said, where I work with local realtors who are having difficulty selling a property. Say, I had one client family who had so many issues in their house, they couldn't sell it. They had moved in, loved the house, bought it for a steal, didn't understand why it was so low until they lived there for a little while and realized that that house had serious issues. There were a number of dead people there. Don't know what caused it, but all of those folks needed to go because they were disrupting the lives of the living. So that's really the only time we ever cross people over, is when they're becoming a problem. And there are other things for them to do, other places for them to go on to. And maybe they've forgotten. Usually if they're causing issues for the living, they're confused and they've forgotten that they're dead, or they've forgotten that they have options, or they don't know which door to go through to get the help that they need. So we're just offering them that. They decide to come back, they decide to come back. But usually if they do, and I've never seen it happen, if they come back, they would come back more informed about what their choices are, and then they're not stuck anymore and they're just part of a healthy ecosystem.